Milo, a small dog who had spent his life dragging a broken leg through the streets of Armavir, was found in a state of complete despair. His body was emaciated, his leg twisted and deformed, and his eyes, wide with fear, reflected a lifetime of neglect and pain. Yet, despite his brokenness, he somehow clung to life. When Ninel, a dedicated rescuer, discovered him, the decision to save him was made. But what happened next would not only shock those who met him, but would also begin a journey of healing and transformation for this tiny fighter. How did Milo, once a broken and battered soul, begin to trust again and start his path to recovery? Watch today's story in Pets in Love to find out. Ninel stood in the cold drizzle, her boots sinking slightly into the muddy streets of Armavir. Her scarf was pulled tight around her neck, but the chill she felt came from within. In front of her lay a sight she had seen too often, yet could never grow numb to. A dog, emaciated and trembling, dragging a mangled leg behind him. His eyes, enormous and filled with desperation, seemed to look directly into her soul. He didn't bark or whimper, just stared silently as if pleading for a miracle. "How much pain can one small body endure?" Ninel whispered, her voice breaking. The dog, later named Milo, weighed just 3.9 kilograms. His ribs jutted sharply against his skin, and every movement seemed to send shockwaves of pain through his fragile frame. He flinched when Ninel knelt down, shrinking back as though expecting harm. Her heart ached at the sight. "It's okay, little one," she murmured softly, reaching out a trembling hand. "I'm here to help you." She gently wrapped him in a blanket, feeling the frailty of his bones beneath the thin fabric. As she carried him to her car, the rain continued to fall, a somber soundtrack to his rescue. Ninel's heart was heavy with both determination and despair. She had saved many animals before, but Milo's condition was dire, his body broken, his spirit battered, and his chances uncertain. The local veterinarian confirmed Ninel's worst fears. Milo's leg had a complicated fracture, likely caused by deliberate abuse rather than an accident. The X-rays revealed damage too severe to heal on its own. But the news only got worse. Milo's heart was alarmingly enlarged, nearly filling his chest cavity. The diagnosis was pulmonary artery stenosis, a condition that restricted blood flow and placed immense strain on his heart. Surgery was critical, and without it, Milo wouldn't survive. "We'll take him to Moscow," Ninel said firmly, her voice steady despite the lump in her throat. "He deserves a chance." The trip to Moscow was grueling. Milo, weak and fragile, lay motionless in the back seat, his breathing shallow, but steady. Ninel stopped frequently to check on him, offering water and whispering words of encouragement. Each mile felt like a step closer to hope, but also a reminder of how far they still had to go. Upon arrival, Milo was rushed to a specialized clinic. The veterinarians performed a battery of tests, confirming the severity of his heart condition. Surgery was scheduled for April 11th, just days before the surgeon's planned vacation. The timing was critical. Any delay could cost Milo his life. The day of the surgery arrived, bringing with it a mix of hope and dread. Ninel sat in the waiting room, her hands clasped tightly together. She replayed the events of the past weeks in her mind, finding Milo in the rain, his flinch at her touch, the way his eyes seemed to soften as he began to trust her. Hours passed. Finally, the surgeon emerged, his face weary but relieved. "The surgery was successful," he said. "His heart is stable. He's a fighter." Tears streamed down Ninel's face. Milo had been given a second chance. In the weeks following the surgery, Milo began to show signs of recovery. His appetite returned, and he started gaining weight. Though he remained cautious around strangers, he began to seek out Ninel's affection, resting his head in her lap and wagging his tail faintly when she spoke to him. As Milo's health improved, Ninel took on the task of nurturing him back to full strength. Every day, she ensured that Milo received his medications, followed a strict diet, and got plenty of rest. It wasn't just about physical recovery. It was about helping him learn to trust again. Milo, who had once flinched at the slightest touch, now began to seek comfort from Ninel. Slowly, his fear of humans faded as he realized that Ninel was there to care for him, not to hurt him. Each small victory was a triumph. Milo took his first steps without trembling, even though his leg remained a challenge. His energy increased, and with it, his curiosity about the world around him. He began to wag his tail when Ninel entered the room and even let out a small bark in excitement when he saw his food being prepared. It was as if a light had been reignited in him, a spark of life that had been dimmed for so long. Ninel's bond with Milo deepened, and with every passing day, she grew more certain that he had the strength to overcome whatever obstacles remained. Despite Milo's heart surgery being a success, his leg continued to pose a serious problem. The injury was old and complicated, and the surgeon explained that the only real option was to perform arthrodesis, a procedure that would fuse the bones together but leave the leg immobile, essentially making it like a crutch. However, the risks associated with further surgery were high, so the decision was made to explore an alternative solution, a custom-made orthosis. The orthosis would stabilize Milo's leg, giving him the support he needed while avoiding the need for more anesthesia. It would allow him to walk more comfortably and with less pain. Once again, Ninel turned to the community for help. The cost of the orthosis was significant, but the outpouring of support was heartwarming. People from around the world contributed, eager to help this little dog continue his recovery. Thanks to the kindness of others, the orthosis was created and fitted to Milo's leg, providing him with the necessary support as he continued his journey toward full healing. One sunny afternoon, a month after his surgery, Ninel arrived at the clinic to pick up Milo's orthosis. The device had been carefully crafted to fit his leg, providing the support he needed to walk comfortably. Ninel held it in her hands, marveling at the possibilities it represented. Back at home, she gently fitted the orthosis onto Milo's leg. At first, he seemed unsure, lifting his paw awkwardly and looking to her for reassurance. But with her encouragement, he began to take tentative steps. Each movement was a small triumph, a testament to his resilience. "You're incredible," Ninel whispered, tears in her eyes. "You're going to have a beautiful life, Milo. I promise." As Milo's health improved, so did his spirit. He began to trust more, wagging his tail with genuine enthusiasm and even playing gently with toys. His transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Then came the news Ninel had been hoping for. A woman named Katya, who had been following Milo's story, wanted to adopt him. During their first meeting, Milo cautiously approached Katya, his tail wagging shyly. She knelt down, speaking to him in a soft, loving tone. It was clear they were a perfect match. Milo's first day in his new home was filled with wonder. Katya's apartment was a haven of comfort, with soft blankets, warm meals, and a quiet calm that soothed his soul. For the first time in his life, Milo knew what it meant to be safe, loved, and cherished. Ninel visited often in those early days, ensuring Milo's transition was smooth. She watched with joy as he settled into his new life, his tail wagging more confidently with each passing day. Katya sent her updates regularly, sharing photos of Milo exploring his new home, basking in the sunlight, and cuddling on the couch. "He's happy," Katya wrote in one message. "Thank you for saving him." Milo's story didn't end with heartbreak. It ended with love, resilience, and the power of compassion. Ninel continued her work, inspired by the countless lives she'd touched and the transformations she had witnessed. Milo's journey reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there is hope, she said. Together we can make the world a kinder place, one life at a time. And so, Milo's tale became a beacon of hope for others, proving that with love, determination, and the support of compassionate people, miracles can happen. Milo's journey from pain and fear to recovery is a testament to the power of compassion and second chances. From dragging a broken leg through the streets of Armavir to finding love and care, he proved that no life is too broken to heal. But his story doesn't end here. There are countless other animals just like him, waiting for their chance at a better life. If you believe that every dog deserves love, share Milo's story and help spread the message of hope. Together, we can make a difference, one life at a time. Thank you for watching till the end. If you find our video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Finally, don't forget to turn on our bell and subscribe to our channel Pets in Love so you don't miss any of our new videos. Thank you for your support.